All right, today we're going to do something fun. We're going to break down the pitch for a TV series called Jenny Rising. We've got the pilot script, we've got the show Bible, and we're going to dig in and see what makes this thing tick. The concept, the characters, the whole engine of the story.
This line right here, this is basically the soul of the entire show. It's the very first thing we hear from our main character, Jenny. And it tells you right away, hey, this isn't going to be another show about the A-listers. Nope. This is about all those other people, the ones just off camera, whose stories are just as important, even if they never make it onto the big screen.
And that's the question the show really runs with. It zooms in on the lives of these up-and-comers, the actors, the writers, even the stunt guys who are, the real engine of Hollywood. It's all about that big question. What does it actually take to survive out there?
So how do you even begin to sell a show like that? Well, you start with a killer pitch. And this one is just perfect. Scrubs meets the complete idiot's guide to Hollywood. I mean, come on, you instantly get it, right? It's going to be funny, it's going to have heart, but our hospital is the entire city of Hollywood. And we're going to learn all the inside baseball, all the unwritten rules, right along with the characters.
Okay, so every good show needs conflict, right? And Jenny Rising builds its entire world around the clash between its two main characters. You've got the classic setup, the dreamer versus the veteran. The fresh-off-the-bus newcomer bumping up against the jaded, seen-it-all pro. They're at total opposite ends of the spectrum.
And just look at this breakdown. It's perfect. On one side, you have Jenny, 18 years old, super sweet, kind of naive, and she is absolutely convinced she's the next big thing. Then you've got Alisha, a little older, way more cynical, and she is so over being the scream queen in cheesy horror movies. And their secrets? Oh, they tell you everything you need to know. Jenny's is, well, it's about her innocence. And Alisha's? Her secret involves setting a car on fire. So, yeah, a slight difference in personality there.
And if you want a perfect picture of Alisha's career, look no further. The script literally gives us this amazing visual gag, a poster for her latest masterpiece, Sharkantula 5, The Rebirth. Just imagine that. The tagline says it all. Half shark, half tarantula, all terror. This is exactly that smart, kind of nerdy, Kevin Smith-style humor that the pitch promised us. It's just brilliant.
But here's the thing. Jenny and Alisha aren't just out there on their own. The show builds this whole ecosystem around them. And the heart of it all is this place called the Rising Star Hotel. And trust me, it's not really a hotel in the way you're thinking. It's more like this wild, kind of chaotic dorm for everyone trying to make it in Hollywood.
And the people who live there? What a cast of characters. You've got your support crew, like Hector, this food truck guy who can apparently solve any problem you throw at him. Then there's Alex, the wise old mentor of the group. But then you get the really wild ones. Ivan, a former Spetsnaz dude who runs a stunt school on the roof. Or the special effects couple who live in the basement after, an explosion. Throw in a writer who never stops pitching and a burnt-out child star as the landlady, and you have this wonderfully weird, supportive family.
So remember that idiot's guide to Hollywood part of the pitch? How does the show actually pull that off? Well, it has a really clever gimmick. It's built around this set of rules, basically a survival guide that teaches the characters and us, the audience, how to actually make it in this crazy town. I mean, it's the ultimate question, isn't it? If you're an artist, a writer, an actor, what's the secret code? How do you survive? Well, this show actually tries to give you an answer, and it comes from that mentor character, Alex, who has his own top 10 list of rules. And these aren't just, random motivational quotes. They're practical, and they're woven right into the story. We get a few of them in the pilot. Simple stuff about just being a pro, right? Like rule number 1, be prepared. Rule number 6, if you're not early, you're late. Then there's one about your mindset. Rule number 5, a job is a job. And of course, maybe the most important rule of all, rule number 10, don't be that person. We all know that person.
And they show us how it works in a perfect little scene. Jenny shows up to an audition, totally green, and she doesn't even have a pen. Classic rookie move. And of course, Alisha, the pro, just silently hands her one and says, rule number 1, be prepared. Boom, lesson learned.
And the lessons don't stop there. Alisha is constantly schooling Jenny. Later, she drags her out of bed for some super early casting call, basically to give her a reality check. And what does she leave for? A coffee, with a little note on it explaining rule number 6. It's this awesome tough love mentorship that really defines the relationship and keeps driving home the show's whole rules concept.
Okay, so we've got our characters, we've got the quirky community, and we've got the rules. So let's see how this all plays out in the pilot's big story moment, the thing every actor dreads and dreams of, the audition.
And the climax of the pilot is just this brilliant chain reaction. It all starts with Alisha trying to teach Jenny a hard lesson, right? Dragging her to this audition she's totally unprepared for. But it completely backfires in the best possible way. Jenny, just by being herself, somehow charms her way into a small part. And then, and this is the great part, she accidentally opens the door for Alisha to get the big lead role that her agent had been hiding from her. It's a win-win.
And how Jenny gets the part is what makes it so perfect. She's so new, she doesn't even have a professional headshot. So what does she do? Instead of freaking out, she just writes, "I owe you one headshot" on the form. And the casting director just loves it. They tell her, "You made us laugh." Her biggest weakness, her cluelessness, actually turns out to be her superpower.
Now, Alisha's win is a totally different story, but just as satisfying. The script drops this great piece of industry lingo. Her agent was trying to 5% her. Basically, he was secretly pitching another actress for the part because he'd make a bigger commission and just lying to Alisha, saying she wasn't wanted. But because of Jenny, Alisha is in the right place at the right time, the whole scam gets exposed, and she gets the role she should have had all along. She wins by beating the system.
So, when you strip away all the jokes, the quirky characters, and the Hollywood drama, what's this show really about? What's the big takeaway from this pilot?
Well, it's interesting. One of Alex's rules is basically that you're on your own, that your success is all on you. But Jenny comes in with this completely different philosophy from her dad. She believes that success isn't something you achieve alone. It's about the people you surround yourself with. In her words, you pick the people. And the very end of the pilot just ties this all up beautifully. Alisha, our hardened cynic, finally buys into this whole community idea. She looks at Jenny and drops that iconic line from Casablanca. And that's the moment you realize, oh, this isn't a show about one person's rise to the top. It's about two people realizing they need each other to get there. It perfectly sets the stage for everything that's to come.
So in the end, Jenny Rising leaves you with this really powerful thought. In a town that is built from the ground up on individual stardom and dog-eat-dog competition, what if the real secret to success isn't your talent or your looks or even your luck? What if it's just your people?